Disaster has been playing Brom. Spamming another Brom. No Alistar on Disaster. Very, very interesting for that part. Probably Brom is really so good. It's just that when you deny the Alistar pick against Stronger, it is effective. It's gonna be effective for Disaster. Not to mention, I think Alistar is also not preferred for the side here of GLuck Gaming, especially with his Lulu as their preferred support. So we have the vibe for the jungle side, and finally a Ryzen with the Akali band and with the Camille getting denied. Fiora will be the chosen. GLuck Gaming on the blue side. Red side would be on NXP. Let's focus onto the game, guys. Here we go. So, members here of NXP just spreading actually on the map, taking different routes right here. Of course, you can actually see also GL directly going for the mid lane brush. They're actually anticipating NXP here on this brush here, right? But of course, no one is there. That's very standard on the draft. You can actually see the wards here, very defensive on the draft. You're going to be seeing alternate wards, but NXP went for the top lane side brush. In their perspective, that is actually down at the bottom lane, and they were able to quickly snap out the blue buff against GLuck Gaming here. They have a single sweeping. You can actually go for that early wave clear. Wukong is also assisted here by Disaster. That is the Brom once again, and they can punish the Camille. That's the thing. They can punish the Camille with the dive here. You can actually see Uze. He really wants to get that double up down against Rattle. And the Wukong is still there. Maybe until the second wave, they can have Disaster continue to go for the Camille here. He needs to fall back. Rattle did so Joshi here, but the problem here is that Joshi now sits at level 2. Rattle is only at level 1. And yeah, they started trading. GL Tong needs to fall back so he can assist Rattle here as Joshi joins the party. He knows he cannot fight this, right? He cannot fight Joshi. There will be an easy response for Disaster and Uze. He can only fight this if Tong should be arriving. And there is that. Tong will be arriving now. So early rotations, guys. That's it. That's the level. That's the first minute rotation. Okay? But still, you need to watch out for another fight here because we're entering the 2-minute mark. 2-minute mark is emphasized again by maybe Scuttler control because the Scuttler actually pops up 125. There you go. Scuttler here. Scuttler here. There will be a trade of Scuttler. And after the Scuttler control, there are tendencies of actually going for the dives in respective jungles. Rare do you see any heavy team fights on the mid lanes, but rather side lanes is emphasized by these two teams. Chile will be recalling quite early. Alright. Very interesting. Or he is baiting. Alright, I think he's baiting the Zed. Chule transitioned actually for the top lane side to be as efficient with the farm. And they started on swapping. The lane here, I'm not so sure. Probably, I'm really not familiar on the lane matchup. But my best bet is that it's maybe favorable matchup. We just go for quick wave clears by Chule here and Ryzen. Let's see how they juggle. Queerly. Alright, we are now about to enter the 2:30 mark, 3-minute mark. 3-minute mark, guys, is highlighted by level 5s, okay? Alright, they move steady once again. We move steady once more. Aryzen, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, there's gonna be the dive. Star Search once again. The two members here of Team GLuck Gaming. GLuck Gaming gets deleted. First blood handed out over towards members of NXP. And no exchange was done against NXP. They go fast forward. That's the Grand Duelist connected towards the Z. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be that selection expansion that gets the finisher against the mid laner here of GLuck Gamer. NXP closes this 3-1 overall with a push onto the top lane side. The 3-minute mark, ladies and gents. That's gonna be the burn of ultimates. There's really just a lot of contention on the 3-minute mark. Now, we will ready ourselves for the Drake dance. Alright? Because they have the third here. They will go for the reset. But of course, there's a little advantage for the side of GLuck Gaming to be in the first position of laying down the wards. Or maybe, yeah, a positional advantage against NXP for this Ocean Drake. Yep. I do agree on the download game aspect. I think it's download game in depth. Okay. Then on the bottom lane, we have Chicken hovering around the Ocean Drake. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to account that the one who's leading this is gonna be Chile once again on the Aurelion Sol. And the Aurelion Sol has a very early Liandris. Very, very dangerous for the side here of Team GLuck Gaming. Does Aurelion Sol have, yeah, that's his gold and cash, especially with the reset down onto the top lane side right after the turret. But of course, this fight on the Drake will be played 5v5 without doubt. Okay, they're moving towards the Ocean Drake. You actually see members of GLuck Gaming here near the Tribush. Disaster is an idea of where he will arrive. There's the jump by Chicken, a little bit too early. They collapse towards that. Vi receives a full brother bullet time. Flashes are coming in from NXP. Will gonna be ignored. They're gonna be ignoring the turret hit. While it's turret hit, Chile still has the barrier, and they continue to go for the push. Allowed for his teammates to also juggle the turret aggro, and Chile will be able to walk away with a sliver of health. Ocean Drake plus I think 2 kills if I'm not mistaken. Down on the bot and also on the Tribrush. I think with the jungle as well. I think 3 kills I think. So yeah, that's it. They're gonna be taking another trade for that. And of course, members of GLuck Gaming, good thing that they have completed the push onto the turret, onto the top lane side. So, NXP leads turrets 2-1. Ocean Drake plus the kill lead of 5 and a total gold lead of 5,000. 5:20, ladies and gentlemen, 35 seconds before we head onto the Herald. Korean. Yes, Korean versus PH. Okay. They're gonna be at the Infernal Drake, ladies and gentlemen. Chicken into the front line. GLuck Gaming still wants this fight, but the bullet time, always getting ignored. That's the second time that the Vi is diving on the bullet time, and that's it. Members of NXP will clean up. They have a lot of chase there in Tong. What? That's it. Of course, this Camille will suffer more than Joshi, and I think Joshi will just chase him down, shoo him away. And the problem here is with the chase of Joshi, this death timers will be true when full until the inner mid lane turret. That's Rattle playing around with Joshi. Rattle tries to call it back. He went for the Hextech Ultimate under Chule. Chule, I think, has his stasis on. No, he won't yet. He still has this mobility boots of sweetness available for this Aurelion Sol. But once the stasis, once this recall is completed, stasis should be available for Chule. Just a lot of outplay capacity on this Aurelion Sol. And he did ignore the stasis. He will go for more utilities in the form of slow, provided for by that Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Now, the Rylai's Crystal Scepter is actually, in the old times, a standard item for Aurelion Sol, especially for battle mages. I really wish that Vladimir would be available for Wild Rift. I think Vladimir is gonna be great in Wild Rift. And yes, guys, by the way, I'd like to invite you to watch the Icon series of Vietnam because I think they're about to conclude their Icon series on that part. Let's see here. Choir, again, down at the bottom lane, another Star Surge landed towards the Kaisa. Assault and Battery, there's another bullet time on that part. Why? Why is... Maybe the Vi can only open with the Vault Breaker, not really with the Assault and Battery, because while they have the Z to follow through, there is the ultimate available on the... There is the ultimate available also from the Lulu, the Wild Growth, but still, bullet time, man. I mean, that's the second time already. The Vi is going badang all in against the members here of NXP. Now Rattle also in the top spot. Star Search for the backline. It's gonna tag the Kaisa. Kaisa now will deliver the killing spree for the Wukong. Another knock up. Rattle here is Rattle the 4 by NXP. Hey! Alright, we have Joshi and Uzi here. They're gonna be taking the Infernal Drake. That should be free. Star Surge will be arriving also from Chule. If there is a contention that will happen here, Star Surge will just be on the angle because that's how you really roll with an Aurelion Sol. And yeah, it should be an easy Drake. Hadn't been there's a fight here, that would have been onto NXP side. But you can actually see members here of Team GLuck Gaming already opening up their map against NXP. The Philippine teams, for the first time ever, just you know, for the first time ever, I'm, how can I say this? Like, you don't really see the Philippines getting any win against any Korean team in some titles. Koreans always has this reputation of being strong with their respective games. But this time, at this point in time, Wild Rift, I mean, hindi kayabangan. I think it's not really boastful to say that the Philippines right now might be the one at the helm of Wild Rift competitive. But of course, it's still very early to say. It's still very early to say. I'm really looking forward maybe when the international tournaments happen around. This is not official, by the way. This is just my estimation. But I'm really looking forward when international tournaments happen around October and September, where Southeast Asian tournaments and especially official tournaments. And hopefully we get a Worlds. Okay, guys, I'm not confirming anything, ha? But hopefully international tournaments will happen. Official international tournaments will happen. And we see how is Philippines on the first year of Wild Rift, right? And look at that, Chule here, trying to predict the rotation of Rattle. Rattle is already cut. And that's the thing about Aurelion. So all you need to do is you really just know how to cut your opponent's tracks. Rattle here just playing around, but of course NXP wouldn't really overchase. They just want to make sure that Rattle is within their backs. They will spawn him out while keeping tabs on the position of GLuck Gaming. Hextech Ultimatum there by Rattle. He will walk out of the Hextech Ultimatum because members here of GLuck Gaming will still try to back up. And that's gonna be Chule playing around with the Assaulted Battery. And finally there's a stasis available for Chule here. Flash away onto the buy and of course hold that shot down on the mid lane side. It will be a Cyclone delivered towards that Zed. Zed wouldn't do a thing, and also the Vi will also be gonna be destroyed by NXP, and that's an overall 4 members in heavens for the side of GLuck Gaming. NXP will easily take this Baron. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen. The lead is too much. 116, man. 116 plus 15,000 on the gold lead right now. This is a very different NXP during the first time that they faced 16-bit esports or GLuck Gaming when they were Inner Rift back then. Right? Too much of a lead, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. That's gonna be the Fiora. Landing Zone Ultimate under here. And at least that it's gonna be a nice security for the kill here for GLuck Gaming. Chule onto the side. Misses his own Star Surge. But this is another classic of the escape path of GLuck Gaming. Again, within the base of NXP. Meanwhile, the backline here is remain vulnerable as Tong will be zoned out by Disaster along with Uzi. And what happens when you got zoned out? You can go for the push. NXP now collapsing through this inner turret of GLuck Gaming. And now they're at the inhibitor chariot. Joshi here quickly initiates. He gets countered. And of course, the Zed tries to catch his own death mark. Was able to get the pop against the misfortune. But still, there should be enough firepower for NXP to complete this push in this inhibitor chariot. They're trying to rush this. They still want to go for the base. But I think NXP should take a breather. Here comes Chuli down on the front line. He will go for the stasis before the buy. Maybe because he wants to cast his own Assaulted Battery. They're going for the base. No minion wave is available. There's just the illusion dishing out damage. I think NXP should fall back. Hextech Ultimatum, where is it? They want to collapse to Rattle. That's gonna be an adaptive defense being used. Hextech Ultimatum into the front line. Of course, pops the GA here for the side of NXP. Chule in critical health. Chule will go down. And I think that's it. But here comes the Ryzen for the finisher. Joshi will also cast his own stasis. But the kite back comes in. Also from BB. Ryzen will try to go for the parry and was able to get the kill out of BB. Here comes the Zed for the cleanup. And I think that's Joshi needed to fall back. And Ryzen still able to escape. Beautiful, beautiful outplay by Arise, and I think that's the most interesting part of the game. Very heavy. Alright. Of course, it should be a man and break easy now for the side of NXP. That was really well played by Arise. Well done. Well done on that part. So, again, I really cannot feel why the Vi keeps on diving towards the bull time earlier against Uzi. I think the Vi should always should hold first. If there is no clear lead, I think the Vi should hold first on his Assaulted Battery. Use it onto the second part or second phase of the game. Alright? And so then inner turret easily destroyed by NXP. Now, NXP will just go for the push for this inhibitor turret. They got 3 members down at the bottom. Aurelion Sol is nowhere to be found, but of course he can easily Comet of Legend in to that fight because NXP I think is eyeing actually to go for the Baron. Do this on the safer route, right? There you go. He went, he flashed in, Cyclone again. Knockup is delivered against the members of GLuck Gaming, and even with the Wild Growth not gonna be enough for the Kaisa. Ryzen dives, no, it will be of Joshi, able to actually connect his second towards that Lulu. It will be the last hit by Uzi, and of course they have enough privilege to actually tuck the third hits. That mark down at the bottom. Zed tries to play back, and of course this Zed confuses our camera, but Choir, who will be gone, and you can actually see how NXP cleans it up against GLuck Gaming. Bullet time for the minion waves, and of course knocking on the inhibitor, they will also knock out this Nexus turret. Ladies and gentlemen, closing the series 2-1. I mean pushing the series 2-1, not closing. NXP takes game number 3. Also want to mention, this is a best of 5 series, and now NXP takes match point. Like I said, pinaisa lang. Pinaisa lang, ladies and gents, but this is a total outclass now by NXP. I cannot really break it down in form of what is this? Like draft.